All right, well, welcome back everybody. It just got done pouring rain. There's more on the radar on the way, so I've got just a small window. We're going to give you a quick garden tour, let you know what's going on out here, and then we're going to cook up something out of the garden. All right, well, you all know the story of the corn. It has got blown down so many times. And then went through a little cool snap where we got in the 30s, and I think it's just not going to do no better than what you're seeing. It's broken, and it's just not making it. All the corn was trying to fill out. I'm still watering it in hopes that some will, but seeing how these tops have done browned up, I think the corn is done and just not going to fill out any further than it did. So it was a good learning lesson for next year. I think if I plant this a month earlier, I can get 2 growings, one in the spring and one in the fall. So it is what it is. There's a few pieces in there that may surprise me. Peppers are still growing. That's actually what we're going to do for a meal here in just a little bit. They're actually outgrowing me. A lot of them are turning ripe and hitting the ground before I can be done with them. So we're going to grab some of these Cuban peppers, some banana peppers. We got them all throughout here. I see some good sized bells too. We're going to do another meal one night this week with some bells. And there may even be a few jalapenos that are just big enough. So what we're going to do tonight is just kind of your typical cream cheese stuffed peppers. And we're going to wrap them in bacon and grill them. I just got some fish as well too. So we're going to fry some of those up tonight and kind of have this as a side dish. So no telling how much longer these peppers will produce. I guess till we get a good frost. So I got some really nice Cubanelles in there. As far as this side goes, I have been absolutely under attack by army worms. They are horrible this year. I've been working on as hard as I can. But you can see between them and grasshoppers, my cabbage heads, a lot of them are getting ate up. Although I'm still going to wind up with cabbage. Cabbage is doing quite well. For some reason that plant's trying to put 2 heads on. That's interesting. So some of these are not far away. Looks like we're going to be able to have some cabbage for Thanksgiving. And because it's been so unbelievably hot, my lettuce took off and seeded out. But I have just got some more romaine lettuce, so I'm going to pull some of these up. And see, that's still one good head left right there. One over here. Everything else is seeded out, including a lot of this lettuce as well. So it turns real bitter whenever it does that. So I'll pull this up. We're going to plant some new lettuce here coming up before long, and I'll just start over again. They're calling for a lot more hot days, so I've kind of been hesitant on planting lettuce. Beans, they're trying. Army worms have been over here working on them like crazy. I mean, look, that's fresh cuts right there. So I've got to work on these worms yet again. These plants are starting to put on beans, a lot of blooms. They are enjoying the hot days. I'm not so much, but the plants definitely are. Got little beans growing up there. And whenever you come over to this one right here, actually while we're out here today, I need to go ahead and pick some beans. I like to pick them young and tender before they get that string in them. Some of these I've done let go so long, get so big. Like that one, see, it's already got the string. So that is a little tip that I had heard with your pole beans. Pick them early to avoid the string, but no problem, we'll pick the string out. As you can see, I got beans all throughout this plant. I wish this whole trellis was covered up, but I struggled there for a while with beans, but a good learning and lesson, no doubt. So next year I'll be a little more prepared. Onions, I don't know if it's the heat or what, but even though I've been coming out here and digging around them, a lot of them are starting to go to green shoots and the bulbs disappearing. It may just be this unbelievable heat that we're having for November. I mean, a bunch of 80-degree days. Still got quite a few onion bulbs down here, but see, they're just starting to turn soft on me, and everything's just going to green onion shoots. So I tried, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna be too successful on onions. I'll have to research that a little more, but I'm really believing it may be the heat. So I'm wanting to get a little bit of a variety of peppers tonight. We're gonna stuff quite a few different kinds and kind of see which one we like the best. I really like these Cuban peppers. That's going to be like a perfect size for stuffing. And I know some of y'all have mentioned in some of the videos in the past about never gardening before, but been thinking about doing it after watching some of these videos. This is literally a 4x4 bed. You could build one of these so simple. And if you like something like peppers, or just say you just want to start an experiment with a couple squash, zucchini, something like that, build you a simple little bed like this. I recommend going ahead and doing like a 12 or 16 footer. You'll be shocked how much you can grow in there. It's so fun to experiment, and it's so enjoyable to come out here month after month after month and just kind of pick things that you need and not have to run to the store. So over here on the side, there's not much to say other than my citruses are still patiently waiting to be planted. I'm going to do that next spring. And look at this new little citrus that Fran just gave me. His tiny little thing's already got 1, 2. Thought it had 3 little limes on it. That thing is tiny. So I love seeing little plants like that already putting on you know, citruses. That's a good sign. This one was loaded, and something come and picked me clean one night. I almost think it was a raccoon. I didn't know they ate citrus, but especially limes. I come out here one day to get me one for, you know, put in a drink, and next thing I know, they're gone. But I can already see it putting several more on. Some up here, some in the back. And then my old Myers lemon, I don't know what it did this year. It overwhelmed itself. It put so many on that they never got to full size. However, I have been using those, you know, cooking with them, everything else. Here's a couple more limes that was hiding on me. So over here, these bell peppers are still producing like mad. You can see I've got a bunch of them on the ground. They're either getting blown off by some of these storms, or they're just turning ripe a bit early. But still making bell peppers, turning all different colors. We're actually going to do some stuffed bell pepper dishes at one point this week. All right, so here we are in our makeshift kitchen. And I got it wrong. I did the typical guy thing, and I didn't listen. I said we were going to do fish tonight. No, that's tomorrow night. So we have got a meatloaf in the oven.
Unless you're cooking tonight.
No, and she corrected me. So we're still going to do the peppers, but we're going to do something else that I really want to show y'all, because, again, a while back whenever I was doing the garden, people kept asking, do you blanch your squash and zucchini, and how do you eat frozen squash and zucchini? So we just did a casserole a couple episodes back, and I'm going to show you a very simple dish that Tiffany does tonight that I love. She just started doing it, I don't know, several months ago, a year ago. I never really had it before. So simple, but tastes so stinking good. So I'm gonna let her take it away from here, and I'll show you what's in the pot, and she can show you the rest of the recipe. But it's good. Try this one. It's very simple.
Go ahead and show them what's in the pot before I cover it up. So I did a half an onion chopped, kind of in slices. And let's see how many pieces of bacon we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 pieces of bacon, and I kind of just did it in 3/4 there. So I'm going to put my whole entire package of squash and zucchini. We've normally done it with just squash, but we did a lot of mixed bags with zucchini, so we'll just do the zucchini as well with it. It'll be just as good.
And that's straight out of the freezer, frozen, ready to go.
And this appliance I use more than anything,
yes.
And I am so thankful for it, because this replaces a stove for me, a crock pot, pressure cooker, rice cooker, everything in one. So
jeez, why are you making that sound? It's going to replace a husband.
I'm going to use it as like a stovetop burner.
And what is it, baby?
It's an Instapot.
Instapot, and you can get one today for 4 easy payments of $19.95.
So I did about a 1.5 cups here of my chicken bouillon. and it has some herbs and spices in it. I like this kind right here. I put my button on saute, which is going to really start getting it hot here in a minute. And then, of course, I'm just going to take the lid off here.
There you go.
Which I forbid Andrew to do on anything.
Because I still screwed up on pepper one day.
The Everglades seasoning. Everything that we do with vegetables,
yes,
we do the Everglades with.
Everglades original. So good for vegetables. Don't like it on meat, but great for vegetables.
Lots of garlic as we do on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Pepper.
Take the lid off.
No. Alright, we'll let that get hot for a few minutes and we'll show y'all what it looks like once it starts cooking down.
Alright, well, we're going to get these peppers ready. And what I usually do is cut the end off of one. Just cut them in half, kind of like everybody does stuffed peppers. Clean all those seeds out. So, we've got a mixture. We've got banana peppers, Cuban peppers, jalapeno peppers, and heck, we did bell pepper, no, in the meatloaf. So we've got every kind of pepper out of the garden we've got. So just take half pepper. Again, I know I'm not telling you something you've never seen before. Stuff it with cream cheese. Alright. It's just about that simple. We'll grill these things up. And I'm curious to try them all three side by side. I didn't think we'd done banana peppers before, but she said we did. We love banana peppers on everything else, from salads to pizzas, everything. So this should be a good taste test. We're gonna go finish all these up and then we'll grill them. All right, now that this is going, basically we're just boiling it down. So what do you do from here? Let it thicken up or anything?
Yeah, let some of the water kind of boil out, and then towards the end I put some butter in it just to add a little bit.
Yeah,
to it.
make it healthier.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got our peppers done, and Tiffany informed me that I screwed up, and I wanted to let y'all know I did screw up. The first couple peppers, I cut the ends off. Well, the cheese is gonna melt out, so we just wrapped bacon around that. The rest of them, we cut straight through the stem so the cheese wouldn't melt out. So y'all don't do my mistake. Oh, I can't stand this time of year. It gets dark way too early. All right, so we're gonna keep this pretty simple, y'all. I am going to put these on the grill, and when the bacon is crispy, we're pulling them off. It's about that simple. I'm losing too much light out here anyways. Although I do have me a new grill light right here, and I am liking it.
What happened?
So, y'all know how I said I wouldn't lie to you on this channel?
Keeping it real.
Yeah, we're keeping it real. So, my peppers didn't turn out quite so well, did they? Alright, you see what had happened was, it's always good when the story starts like that. So, we're in here talking, you know, she's, and I'm listening, doing like a good husband does, and I start, I smell something. Yeah. So, needless to say, we open the door, and first I'm like, should I grab a fire extinguisher or call the fire department? I'm not so sure. The entire grill is on fire. There is so much bacon grease that has dropped because I wasn't paying attention, and it lit the pan up underneath that's full of grease. My fault for not cleaning out. And it took about 5 minutes for the fire to go out. So needless to say, our peppers are burned to a crisp. But that's okay. We've done nibbled on a few. The peppers are actually good. The bacon,
No.
gone. So I'm keeping it real. I promised I wouldn't lie to you on the channel. I thought about just scrapping this whole video, but you know what? The heck with that. This is life. This is the way things work. We're not a cooking channel. This is what we do. So things like this are going to happen from here on out. So the heck with it. All right. So here's our plate minus our peppers, which we're going to pick through and get the best we can out of it. I know this looks like a soup or something, but I'm telling you, the bacon adds a fantastic flavor to the squash and zucchini. Try that. So simple. Tastes really good. Meatloaf, man, you can't beat it. One of my favorites. So thank you for cooking that. I love meatloaf. Something we want to throw out to y'all real quick. Probably a horrible time to pitch this, being that I just burnt the heck out of everything, but we've been talking about doing live streams. November is a horrible month for us because every single weekend we have weddings, Thanksgiving get-togethers. We have something every single weekend this month, but we're talking about doing the first of every single month on a Sunday, doing a live stream. So I kind of want to hear back from y'all. We're thinking about doing just kind of a cooking Sunday afternoon live stream. We may even throw the ingredients out ahead of time. That's something I've thought about. If y'all want to cook with us, we'll have the laptop out. So we'll cook, we'll talk, we'll chat, answer any questions you like. So if that's something y'all might be interested in, let us know. I've already pitched the live stream idea. We may do eventually down the road like a Thursday or Friday night of a question and answer. So if you have questions you want. Some of y'all have said, no, we don't really care for live streams. I understand that's a lot of people don't. They don't want to get on there. But a pile of y'all have said you want to do live streams. So we're starting to think about doing that. November just happens to be a bad month. We're thinking about starting it the first weekend in December. And I'm still going to do probably a Q&A video every so often. So I'm keeping a list of your questions. We're going to come up with answers. So for the people that don't want to do live streams, we'll at least have one of those out. So write down any questions that you have. Drop a comment. Let us know. I know many people don't watch our cooking videos, but that's okay. As the channel grows, that'll change. If y'all would like to hang out on a Sunday afternoon once a month, do a little cooking, chat with us, ask questions, drop that comment. So, well, go ahead.
And again, we're just showing y'all how we cook the things in our garden and, off of our land. We're not trying to promote like us cooking like the best recipes you've ever seen. It's just what we do.
I mean, you can't beat burnt peppers. I did that for a reason. It's called caramelizing the baking. The pepper. Anyways, I'm making that's BS. So, no, we're just kind of talking about doing that for more of a hangout. Now, eventually down the road, as we have animals, it'll be deer, wild game, animals we raise on the property. As the garden grows, it'll be things out of the garden. It's not so much about cooking. We're not master chefs here.
Yeah.
I mean, you are, baby. But it's more about hanging out, answering your questions, and just spending time with you. Y'all are a big part of our life now with the decision that we made, and we thank you so much for coming along with the journey. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
All right, we're going to go inside and eat. Thank y'all for watching this video. We'll catch you on the next one.